Hi everyone, a little unboxing video here of a item I've treated myself to. It's from Dork audio and it's basically a little switch box which has got built-in VU meters. Just like focus back in. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Comes in a nice little box. Warranty card, leaflets. Little USB connector to power it. And then the actual main unit here itself. As I mentioned, it's a VU meter display, but that's not actually the reason I bought it, even though that's really cool and you could just sit it next to your hi-fi. I bought it because it's one of the few boxes that are out there where you can actually have more than one amplifier sharing a pair of speakers. It's usually the other way around, where you have one amplifier with a switch box but that will do 2 or 4 sets of speakers. So as you can see on the back, you can actually have 2 different amplifiers connected if you want, as well as, you know, sharing one speaker or 2 speakers, and you can switch out between them, as well as having the really cool VU meters which light up. Believe it or not, there's also a little remote control with it as well, which obviously is just one of those things that will go in a drawer and never get used. But I bought this for a reason, and this is to go in my workshop, because I do quite a lot of amps to work on, and usually I've got to have like 2 or 3 sets of speakers set up, like a spare pair on the bench and everything, and I just thought this would make life a lot easier, just to hook it up to the main little system I have on the shelf, so it's supplying that 1 pair of speakers, and then any amps that I get in could just get hooked up via a connector on the wall, which I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, it's nice aluminium. It's quite heavy, it's probably about 1 kilo or so in weight, and let's face it, it does look really cool. So the idea being, when I have an amplifier to test, just took it on my work area, connect the speaker terminals of the amplifier to these test sockets here, and then on the switch box just select B, which will be amplifier B, because it'll be connected to there, and then they'll feed out to the speaker outputs, which are them there. Amplifier A will be the little JVC speaker outputs, so they'll be classed as those speakers there, if that makes sense. Just got to wire it up now. Hopefully you'll get an idea of what I'm doing. So I've already brought the cables through and labelled them, just so I could remember which one. That was the speaker line, and that's the amp B line. So the amp B line being here. I've wired it so that black is negative and red is positive. Okay, so that is my speaker terminals plugged in. Just to remind you, I can move the camera. These over here. So that's them. So what I need to do now is take the speaker outputs from the JVC, connect them to there on the shelf, and the speaker wires that go to the speakers go to a speaker one. I can't really do that like this, so I'll have to just do it off camera and then show you it once it's sat on the shelf. What we need to do here is, these are the speaker cables, so we just remove these. So just remember which is which. The top one being left. So if we connect that to speaker 1 as the left one, and just remind ourselves which way they were before they came out. It was the angled, the white and red was positive. So what we need to do is just connect that to speaker 1, and this is the left one. That's cable, we'll do a reasonable amount. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because I'm really off to the side from the camera. limited space here. But it's nothing very exciting if you can't see. And then we'll just connect these up. So the left hand, positive to the top, just a little bit in there. Try and do it so you can see what I'm doing. Positive into there, negative into that one. So that is left, so we connect left to left on here, on A, and the holes this time on the side. Whoops, I dropped my knob, as they say. So that's that one in there. Oops, dropped it again. Oh. And then the second one, we'll do this end first. Those two actually line up. Both the positives are on the same angle. And again, that one is so it's hit and miss with where they have lined these up. All these ones seem to be in the same position, but yeah, the ones next were all over the place. Go figure. Just connect that end into the back of the amp. Okay, so just tidy things up a little bit for the minute. That's the reason why I've got this little system up here at the minute, just simply for shelf space. I do have a nice little TX amp system to go up here all separate, but it is a bit small. A bit bigger than that, should I say. I'm a bit tight for space at the minute. So once I've got everything organised and live with it a couple of weeks, then I'll make some changes. Right, just need to put a USB power to that for the minute. Okay, so we are powered up. Just try not to get all the glare. It's a little bit awkward to get it. As you can see at the moment, it's set for A. If we switch it to B, it would then let me use these, which I've just got to relabel properly, but it's just for me to put in. That is the line in and out for testing, separates it, which goes into the little JVC amp thing. But if I have an amp on my desk, I can just hook it into here, select B, leave the speakers where they are, and then that would then be powering those speakers, but not the JVC. Switches it all over relay wise. If we push it back to there, you have to ignore the whatever's in the CD player, and hopefully we won't get any copyright strikes. Just do it a few seconds quickly. But as you can see, there's little peak lights and they do look quite meaty. I will now mute the audio just so you can get a gist of what's going on. I've muted it now, just put it on speakers too, which don't actually exist, just so I can finish the video. But there you go. I mean, they are actually quite cool. I might get another one of these just to put upstairs on my hi-fi in the office, because there's nothing like an old set of VU meters. I didn't realise that there was these sort of little switching boxes available. I thought they were usually just bland. As I say, it's one of the few options I found for switching between amplifiers. Speaker switch boxes, 10 a penny, but to switch between amplifiers, there was only like 2 or 3 different options I found. They do a cheaper version of this, which is just half the unit with one set of speakers. I think it was £30 difference. In terms of price, depends where you go. Amazon have these for about £150. I picked this up off eBay from the knob store direct. I think they were 115, but if you added it to your watch list, they send you a discount like a day later where you can pick it up for £95. So I think even if I didn't have the need for the amplifier switching, now that I've seen one in the flesh, I think I'd have one anyway upstairs, just because it looks cool and it looks retro. So I hope you like that. Please like and subscribe, and speak to you soon.